If you're a fan of online multiplayer shooters, then high-res games are right up your alley. Not only does Paladins claim my top spot for most hours put into a game on my Switch, but it's a really fun competitive team-style game that takes inspiration from the hero shooter genre. And if that doesn't float your boat, Smite is a competitive MOBA. You may not know what a MOBA is, but I'm sure you heard of games like Dota and League of Legends. Smite takes that formula and puts you in a third-person view with boots on the ground combat. And best of all, both of these games are completely free, kind of. Paladins is one of my top 5 picks when it comes to Switch games, and as you've guessed it, I love Blizzard games and one of them is Overwatch. And since Overwatch isn't on the Switch, Paladins is a great option if you want to play that style of game on the go. To explain the game as accurately and briefly as I can, you and your team picks from a roster of champions. Although every character is unique, they are organized into categories. The tank characters can take a lot of damage and have great survivability. There are damage characters who, as you would expect, deal damage. Flank characters are for people who like to troll or be annoying. They usually put out a high amount of burst damage, but they're pretty squishy. And if you love being everybody's best friend, there are the support characters who keep the team alive and make sure everybody has a good time. If you want to play the game smartly, your team will have at least one character from each role. Now you could mix things up and have a full team of DPS, but if you and your team aren't experienced,
you're gonna have a bad time.
If you're playing Quick Match, there are 3 modes you are queued for: Team Deathmatch, Onslaught, and Siege. Team Deathmatch is pretty self-explanatory. Just get more kills than the enemy team. Onslaught is a basic conquest style mode where you have to stand on the point as long as you can. But Siege is the bread and butter of this game. Your team has to capture the point in the middle of the map before your enemy. Then, you have to guide the siege to your enemy's side of the map. And to do so, it's pretty hard and it will require a lot of teamwork. There is also a competitive siege mode where you can grind through the rank system. It also changes up the playstyle by only letting one person be a certain champion in the match no matter which side they're on. But Paladins is as close as you're going to get to a Call of Duty style game on the Switch. The only thing that's close is Doom, but the online is dead in that game, and since high-res games have crossplay with consoles, you'll never have trouble finding a match. I want to say Smite is one of the most original games because of their twist on the MOBA genre. Most MOBAs have a top-down view and require you to raise your APM. But Smite's casual playstyle makes playing on a controller pretty damn easy, and I absolutely love third-person view games. Playing Smite with that kind of view reminds me of playing Lord of the Rings Conquest or Star Wars Battlefront. Just like Paladins, there are different types of gods with different playstyles. This ranges from hunters, guardians, mages, warriors, and assassins. The gist of this game is leveling up your characters and upgrading their spells, buying gear to increase your stats, and fighting through the lanes until you reach the boss. Each lane is guarded by towers, and you need to deal with enemy players in order to guide your minions to these structures, that way you have time to destroy them. Once all the towers are destroyed, you're left with a big giant dude that you have to take out to win the game. One thing I don't like about this game and other MOBAs is that if you're getting wrecked, you have to sit there and get stomped on for the next 25 to 45 minutes because it's really hard to catch up at that point. That's why I recommend you play ranked matches, that way you're put into games with other players on your same level of skill. And the best reason to pick up these games is the fact that they're both completely free to play. Sort of. Now, in order to unlock every character in Paladins, it will cost you over 1.5 million gold. I have spent over 150 hours in this game, and I've only made about 600,000, which means if I didn't buy the hero pack, I would have only been able to unlock 1/3 of the champions at this point. So let's talk about the hero packs that are both in Paladins and Smite. Remember when I said both of these games are completely free to play? I lied. Well, there's a catch. When you first play Paladins, you start out with 5 champions, and when you first play Smite, you get 10 gods. In order to unlock all 41 champions in Paladins, or all 103 gods in Smite, yes, I said 103, you have to either spend hours upon hours grinding currency to purchase and unlock them and hope the ones you buy you actually like. Or you can spend real money and buy the hero packs. I strongly recommend to just buy these hero packs. That way it can save you a lot of stress and you can just enjoy the game. The packs are $30, but they go on sale from time to time for about $15 to $20. So just save yourself the time and pretend you bought the game for $20, because if you spend as much time playing them as much as I do, it's well worth it. But nothing is always perfect, and there is one bad thing about high res. There's shitty customer service and shady business tactics. And don't just take my word for it. Online you can find thousands of bad reviews on their customer support. I've had one bad experience and this is how it went. When it comes to skins in games, I throw my money at my Switch and PC. Now in Paladins, there's something called the deal of the day. Every day there are 3 items available for purchase and they're only offered to you and it's completely random. I logged in one night and saw that not only were 3 of the items all skins, but it was 3 skins that I wanted, which is a pretty rare situation. So I thought to myself, since it's 3 AM and I always make my dumb microtransaction purchases at that time, fuck it, I'll get them. So I bought $15 worth of crystals because you can't just buy $9 worth, and I purchased the deal. But once the little purchase circle loaded up, I got an error and it says nothing's here, come back at a later time. Weird. So I relaunched the game and what do you know? A new deal of the day with shitty skins that I don't want. So I contact customer support, explain to them the situation, asking if I can get the previous deal of the day or get refunded, and they can't do either. I was pretty disappointed because that sounds like an easy situation to fix. And that's not the only sketchy thing that's happened. Paladins has battle passes just like Fortnite and every other game now for some reason. They offered the Season Pass 2018, which contains 3 battle passes and 1,500 crystals or currency at a discounted price. If you plan on playing the game for the next 6 months and grabbing each battle pass anyways, it's a pretty damn good deal. Anyways, January comes and so does the big update, and with it, the Season Pass 2019. And this new Season Pass comes with a cool Victor skin and mount. So I thought to myself, okay, I get the next 3 battle passes, 1,500 crystals, and now cool skins all in one bundle? Fuck yeah, I jumped right on that. But no, the new Season Pass didn't come out with any battle passes like the last one. And when everybody questioned this, Hi-Rez and all their fanboys stated, learn to read. Nowhere does it say it comes with battle passes. Well then why the fuck is it called a Season Pass? Why isn't it called the Victor Skin and Crystal Pack? What the fuck? Then Hi-Rez stated, well you can just use the 1,500 crystals it comes with on battle passes. But that's stupid, because the last Season Pass came with the battle passes and I can use those crystals on skins too. That was the best part of the deal. And then, when everybody complained about this on the forums and Reddit, they were called idiots because nowhere does it state it comes with battle passes. I feel like with the same name like that, they should be like, hey, you know how the last one came with battle passes? This one doesn't. At least say it doesn't. That's like going to McDonald's and ordering a Big Mac. Then once you sit down and eat your food, you open the little Big Mac box and inside there isn't a burger, but a salad. Then you get back up, stand back in line, and then you ask the worker why it happened. They say, well, read the fine print under the meal. And then you read the fine print and it says, comes with lettuce, tomato, cheese, and sauce. And then you ask, well, how come I didn't get a hamburger? And then they say, well, sir, where does it state it comes with a patty? And you're like, because it's called a fucking Big Mac. You can't just change the product and then keep the same name. That's stupid and shady. Just call it the Mac Salad. Why is it still called a Big Mac? Anyways, you can save all this frustration by only buying the hero packs. Don't be insecure like me and want to be the coolest looking person on the team and spending money on useless skins. Although they are pretty cool, not only do they change your appearance, but they also change the voice and the personality of the champion. But all the skins are locked behind a paywall, but you might get one for free if you log in every day for a few months. And you can't complain because the game is completely free to play. Not really. Also, if you're in the mood for a Fortnite kind of game, Hi-Rez just released their new game on the Switch a couple weeks ago. Realm Royale was supposed to be a new game mode in Paladins, but they made it into a game on its own because, well, money. In order to play this game right now, you need to buy the starter pack. Every game that Hi-Rez releases on the Switch, you have to pay $30 to play it for the first few months before it becomes completely free to play. It's not. And since Realm Royale doesn't come with a huge roster of characters to unlock, they toned down that early access price to $15. It comes with a pretty mediocre mount and chicken skin, so unless you really want to play the game right away, I would just wait till it becomes free. And even though Paladins and Smite had a early access period, during that time, those games played pretty damn good and didn't have any frame drops or glitches. But in Realm Royale, you definitely can tell this game isn't complete yet. There is a lot of frame drops that will seriously give you a headache. Also, one cool thing about Paladins is the motion controls. Even though Realm Royale was made in the exact same game engine as Paladins that has the motion controls already built in, they decided not to include this feature at this moment. You think it would be easy to include a feature that's already built into the game, but I'm no game engineer, so who am I to question it? They stated that motion controls will come out at a later date, so if you're like me and can't play shooter games for shit on the Switch without them, then that's another good reason to just wait for it to become free. It's bullshit. If you're like me and you love online multiplayer games, then at least one of these games will be of interest to you. You could always play it safe and buy a god or champion pack when they go on sale, and you can't go wrong with either of these games. You're going to have a blast racking up kill streaks, supporting your team, and winning matches. Everybody who owns a Switch and has access to internet should have at least one of these games installed. The free versions of these games may be a glorified demo, but you should definitely check them out. Anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up button. If you hated it, then hit the thumbs down. And if you like videos like this, subscribe to me for more content.